It's a $3 knockout power tournament. I've just been getting destroyed by luck. I should have kept the last video. But I deleted it. It was a $1 tournament and just got hammered by luck. I did win with aces though, but I lost with tens. And won with sevens. Lost ace-9 to ace-8 for a big pot. What other pivotal hand there was? Oh, this guy was bluffing. And I knew he was bluffing. And it'll happen in this video, almost guaranteed. I'm going to mention it every video because PokerStars is, it rigs it every single time. They rig the outcome of the hand. Before, the hand used to be, the outcome was determined pre-flop and it wouldn't change. But now they change their cards each street because of the rig, to rig me. And how do I know this? Because I'm great at pattern recognition. But anyways, long and short of it is, a guy's going to be bluffing. I'm going to know he's bluffing, but he's going to connect on the river. And he's either going to bet, and I'll call just to verify that I'll prove, just to prove my fucking point. I'll call, and I'll be right. And, or if I bluff, he'll call, and I'll be right. Every single time. Well, that guy's name is River Fisher, so let's see. He had it that time. You hear how dry that cough is. It doesn't even make sense. They had me hacking to blow my nose earlier, so clearly there's mucus in my system. There was a cough after I heard a prod in my ear. And every single time I think of my landlords, they're aware of that, so they're going to be punished. There's another dry cough. I'm smoking marijuana, right? It doesn't make sense to have a dry cough when you're smoking marijuana. And this is something I know because I've smoked marijuana for 27 years, maybe. But they try to make it sound like an animal because they sell animal cons. So if you sound like you're coughing like a horse or a dog, they're trying to sell that you're attracted to these animals. But who would be? And many people have been put to death based on how they walk. And I don't meet the criteria for that. So they have to hack my eyes to get the metrics. So they murdered people specifically to justify legislation for me. Yeah, these coughs don't even make sense. But they're doing that to suffocate me, to cause me, to make it hard for me to breathe, right? I helped them discover how to pinpoint cystic fibrosis, the cure for it. Basically, you run it through the adrenal gland, then through the immune system, and then this pinpoint on your head. But now they're able to route these people through me that have cystic fibrosis that can't breathe to make me suffocate. But they're parasites to me, so I want to dispatch them all. They could do it in their own brain. They don't need to make me do it. It's not something they ask me to do. It's not like they compensate me to do it. I suffer because of it. And any one of these kids that have survived because of me, that plays the switch, that have grown up to be enemy combatants, they're going to be executed one day. All you have to do is listen to somebody who smokes marijuana and listen to them cough, and they're not going to have a dry cough. Like how it sounds in my videos. And I never had a cough like this up until a few years ago. And I smoke tobacco now, but I've been smoking tobacco maybe 2.5 years. Maybe 5 years total out of the last 22 years of my life. And I used to be able to clean all the fucking tar out of my lungs. I made a video of it. But they hacked my brain, so I can't do it anymore. Imagine that, developing technology to stop somebody from being able to clear out their fucking lungs. That's how monstrous these people are. So to get them right there. And one day I'm going to hunt them down with all my money and power. Every last one of them. Doesn't matter where they are. On this planet or outer space. In the space station. I'm going to seek and destroy all the technology that's used to violate me and my kids. Destroy every bit of it. Doesn't matter if it costs the country billions of dollars, it's done. They'd be fools to develop technology that costs billions of dollars. and not piss it away, basically. But let's see if I can rally back in this tournament. 63 out of 65 remaining. My luck has been terrible. I go 20 minutes or so without a good hand. Is he all in? Here's how you kill all the killers of mine. nice. I was hoping I was the only one with the club. Got a KO. That's brutal. Brutal. That's how they rip me off money. 10-8. What a joke this site is. What a fucking joke. My hand history is going to destroy PokerStars. Absolutely fucking destroy them. And I can't wait to create a class action lawsuit against them. To be instrumental in it. If I'm rich, I'm going to spend money to advertise to get PokerStars Ontario people to request their hand history and then build a case against them to bankrupt the fucking company. It won't be about the money, it'll be all about principle. $10-8. 10-8. It'd be one thing if it happened this tournament, but it happened last tournament, it happened the tournament before that, it happened the tournament to 10 tournaments before then. It happens every fucking tournament on PokerStars. Every tournament. That's videos. I didn't want to see any more cards there. I wanted to make it expensive for them to see and outdraw me. Fucking pussy. Every time I switch screens, it comes back. Makes me sit out, then it verifies my location. It's like, okay, how the fuck did you leave the country or province in 2 seconds? I can't wait to try out GG Poker. Actually, I'm looking forward to that. So eventually my videos are going to go be GG Poker. With Poker Stars, it's just consistent rigs and disappointment. Losing to 10-8 when you have pocket kings. Getting the fish to call. And then they always hit. That's unfortunate, but nobody calls that call on that bet on the turn. I mean, on the flop to see the turn card. Nobody calls that. Only losing players call that. So I wonder how, like, the Canadian government in particular is going to explain when I show a video where it shows me hacking out tar on cue, and but now I can't do it. Now I'm unable to do that anymore, and the only explanation is technology. How come I could prove these things on film and then no longer do them after they had time to develop technology? But I can alter this testosterone in my brain, like I did right now. That's why my voice is deeper. I permitted more testosterone. I'm restricting estrogen right now. But now I'm going to allow estrogen in my brain, so my voice got softer. I knew I was going to miss there, so that's why I didn't jam. Queen 10, he's going to win. Of course he was going to win with the Queen 10. So I might as well play the cash game for the rest of this video. Well, they're taking a very long time to register. So Chow Potter I lost. So that's the dog honk off. I don't even look at fucking dogs unless they hack my eyes too, or they run up to me. Could give a fucking flying fuck about dogs. I'm allergic to them. So what the government does is they cause fires, basically. They cause problems. Like, so they condition bestiality and pedophilia, rape, and necrophilia. But if they show somebody's subconscious a horse and they're sexually attracted to horses or whatever, just say they were, why would the government cause that problem in the first place? They weren't even thinking about fucking horses. Why would you make them think about fucking horses? Why would you cause a problem? They're just going about their fucking life doing whatever, and then you made them think about a problem. That's all these people do, is cause problems. And the odds of somebody being sexually attracted to a horse are probably slim if they weren't conditioning them with, like, I'm attracted to women, right? So if they show a horse with a woman's vagina behind it, that would condition my psyche. I know I'm aware of the system, so it wouldn't work on me. But if you're not aware of the system, then it would condition you to like horses. Because your subconscious is only going to see the female vagina. It's not going to see the fucking horse. So they manipulate people's psyches. So they hijack people's brains, basically, and cause them to do these things. And then the system punishes these people for doing it. And it's like, well, they're not the problem. They're not the problem. It's the people that are fucking with these people's brains, conditioning their psyche. Like, don't look at still pornography ever. There's subliminals in still pornography. Video pornography, you could look at it, and it's harder to put subliminal images in video pornography. But still pornography, they could superimpose images that you don't even realize they could condition you to be gay, they can condition you to be whatever they want. And you don't realize this because all you're looking at it, this beautiful woman. But you don't see that cat or the dog or the gut dude that's behind it. So if the girl looks like she has a cat face, they're conditioning you to be a cat pedophile or bestiality or whatever it would be. But how much sense does that make when she's human? So these cat face women won't be doing so well in the future in the system. There's another dry cough with phlegm. I feel phlegm in my chest. Why is it not coming out right? So why is it dry? When you could hear, watch. That's phlegm. That should be coming out. So they're trying to give me asbestos cancer, I believe. So In the future, if I get this doctor I just isolated, and I tried dispatching his entire family with my thoughts. Every evil one of them, not the good family members, just the evil enemy combatants that play the switch. There's a switch on the road, because basically you walk left, you walk right, left foot, right? So after a period of time, there's a switch. They could control the distance and time, but there's a switch, usually at the end of the road. There's a switch there. So they erase my time partially through the block, but then they try to set me up at the end of the block by each street, basically. By any sewer system or any fire hydrant. In Canada, they've been spray painting on sidewalks for like the past 8 years. Suspiciously enough, like with blueprint reading, they didn't have to do it in the 1900s. So why do we have to do it in 2024 with computers? And to know exactly where everything is underground. So why do we need to deface and make it look ugly? And it's because to help these system players, these enemy combatants, be able to register people. You could look. Well, it's dark right now, so I can't show you, but tomorrow I'll post a video. But at the tree across the street is partially dead, and facing basically where my room is facing, almost directly to my room. So I didn't happen to notice, but I'm looking for a new place now, so I'm gonna be noticing the trees prior to moving in this time. I moved in December, so the leaves were gone. If not, I would have been more suspicious. And my landlord just hijacked my psyche there. I just felt her face made me go left and right. Well, right then left, pardon me. So that's punishable by death in the future. That's hijacking the human body. Especially the true king that artificial intelligence wants to slaughter these people for. They have to lie to artificial intelligence. They have to pretend they're me. There's no complaining. So it's hard to see what anybody has. Does this guy have the 8? So the flush draw didn't come in, but somebody could have the straight 6-7. Does he have 6-7 or the 8, or just being a bully? Call. Somebody call. Call him. He just called with Jack 5, so he should call this bet. A lot of ear clicks out. They're trying to get me the mucus in my cough, which I like. But they're still trying to make me suffocate, which I don't like. There's videos I have a few years ago where you could hear me wheezing while I was filming, and my lungs are nowhere near in that condition. So it's how it fluctuates. I have video proof. They never had the same storylines. So things never add up over time. And I believe it was one of my former friends' ex-wife. Her father had a lung transplant, so I believe I was helping him recover from that. So I'd want to dispatch him for that, for making me suffer for years. One day when I'm king of the world, I'm gonna hunt them all down, right? Every one of these parasites. And I'm gonna be a trillionaire. So I'm gonna the smartest guy on the planet with trillions of dollars. That's king of the world. So I have the power of the army in each country. I have the power of the police force in each country. The political body in each country. And all the wealth of each country to hunt down my violators and my kids' violators and people that believe they have private thoughts. They're violators. So I suggest any countries that do have machinery that hinders my biology to either refurbish it to enhance my biology or destroy it preemptively before I do. Because it doesn't matter how big or how expensive or how many people's lives are at stake when it comes to my biology. It's called survival. I guess it couldn't be the whole entire human race, and it would never be the whole entire human race machine. But 5,000 people on an aircraft carrier, not a problem. Not a fucking problem whatsoever. So I always seem to cough when I walk by certain doors in my house. So it's part of the sketch, right? Just way too frequently. So let's see what the goal should be. I feel like playing another tournament tonight, so there's a $5. Oh, there's a $3, so maybe I will jump into the $3 after this hand. Everybody called. Everybody called. Everybody had something to do. So it's a hold'em tournament. 8 minutes left. That's a decent amount of time. You do have to pretty much do something pretty soon in the tournament. And it's six-handed, so that's not too bad. So the odds of winning are 16.67%, I believe. Let's see. 1 divided by 6. 16.67%. So anything winning 2 hands out of 6 is double luck, right? Winning 1 hand out of 6 is luck. Anything better than 1 hand out of 6 is better than luck. I should have an experience advantage over the people in this tournament because I spent the last, well, I guess probably 4 years now anyways. Years are kind of going by pretty fast. The older you get, my dad, was a really smart man, but he told me how when you're 10, a year is 1/10 of your life, and then when you're 100, it's 1% of your life, basically, right? Rather than 10%. So it goes by fast the older you get, because it's a less significant portion of your life. When you're 3 years old, it's 33% of your life. I'm 47 almost, so it's 1/47th of my life. So the last 4 years have kind of went by really fast. So I spent the last 4 years since COVID anyways playing six-handed poker because I want to play in the World Poker Tour, win a couple of those. So the final table is six-handed, so I just spent years practicing six-handed poker. So I would have an experience advantage over, so I would know how to play six-handed, five-handed, four-handed, three-handed, two-handed. Basically, because when you sit down at the six-handed table, there's going to be situations where you're five-handed, situations where you're three-handed, four-handed, two-handed, right? So I never shied away from those situations. I would always play them, but it'd be at the cash games mainly. So so it didn't have the pressure of the blinds, so I couldn't simulate that. But there would be times where I would usually sit down with the least amount of chips that I get the table minimum, because it's there's so much luck involved. You could get unlucky really easily, right? Just for big hands. For hands that I grind away and earn, I'm not really too worried about too often, because I don't really risk that much. But it's when I have pocket kings or pocket aces, and when I lose to the 10-8 and I get destroyed that way, then it's devastating to you, right? Then I spent a certain percentage of time playing heads-up poker, because to get in the reps to, if I make it heads-up in a tournament, I want to have the experience advantage. I'm going to try to set the tone here right away. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't jam. You gotta defend the blind sometimes. So that worked out. That's the beauty about poker. He was so looking forward to me calling that. He was excited that I snap called. Maybe not snap called, but he was excited that I called. I would have been. So what garbage did I have? It was 5-7. So let's see how many big hands I have with garbage hands compared to how many big hands I have with good hands. Like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, aces, kings, queens, jacks, 10s. And then suited connectors, say above 7, 7, 8 and above. I guess 7, 8 wouldn't be 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10 aren't really good suited connectors, but 10 jack, jack queen, queen, queen king, ace king, etc. Because they're all potential royal flush hands, right? So you do have to play those occasionally. You should play them if you can afford it. Like if it's cheap to, then at least see the flop with them, right? Because they potentially could win. But at the same time, if you got 10 jack suited, be prepared to not risk it all. So play conservative and be prepared to pull the parachute and bail when you feel any pressure, because you're likely to get facing over a higher straight or a higher flush. So you just got to be cautious with it. But sometimes it's absolutely beautiful. Nobody sees them coming, and then you just hit them with the haymaker. You got the 10 jack suited. There's a scenario that I mentioned earlier where he was likely to, well, it was kind of the opposite, but it was kind of similar, where I knew he really didn't have much, but he would hit on the river, and if I bluffed, he was going to call. So I kind of predicted that. But he didn't really lead. He led on the flop, but not on the turn. Because it's so predictable. I should have realized at that time. I should have just stopped and pulled the parachute, because it was so obvious that that scenario was going to happen. But it's just trying to pinpoint when it's going to happen is the tricky part. Because it's one way that they figured out they could consistently get some money out of me. And it's based on skill, right? Like, when I'm reading the guy, I could tell he's weak. I'm going to stay in a pot. Like, they're just punishing me for being a good player, basically. Because if you know they're weak, that means you could steal the pot away from them eventually. So when they get lucky and hit their cards, how could you, every time when they bluff against me, every single time, Whereas I bluff lots, maybe 1 in 30 times I hit my cards bluffing. 1 in 30 times. If I was confident that people that I'm playing with couldn't hear my microphone, I'd tell you every single time I planned on bluffing pre-flop, and I'd tell you exactly what I was going to do. But people can hear my microphone, right? So I can't reveal all my strategies, basically. So here's another disappointment waiting to happen. Good luck me. Because the ace always comes, right? So that's why I tried jamming pre-flop. So who has the ace? That was pretty obvious. What a joke this website is. They had 5 outs between 2 opponents. And they hit the ace. That's why I jammed pre-flop. I called it beforehand. It's like, uh-oh, I'm going to lose. It's too predictable, this website. Too predictable. I wouldn't watch my videos, and it should discourage you if you live in Ontario to play on PokerStars Ontario. It should discourage you. I wouldn't invest any money. If you do, like, they do have 2 $5 tournaments a day that are worthwhile playing. That's about it. I wouldn't invest any more than that. Before you invest a cent, all you have to do is watch MeyerDiggins Poker 100 through 140, whatever number this is. And you'll see the consistent pattern where I win lots of hands when I have 5-7, 8-4, whatever, these ridiculous hands. But when I get kings, aces, ace king, ace queen, etc., hands like that, I get destroyed by luck on PokerStars. And it's every video. It's not, it would be one thing if it was just random, but it's every single video. So it's a consistent pattern proving the rig, basically. So if you do have money, I'd use it sparingly on PokerStars Ontario. I'm gonna try GG Poker. It's a more thrilling experience. I just need to. I can't do it this month, or it's my kids' birthdays are in the summer, right? So I'm kind of financially strapped in the summer, but I need to get my license so I could play on GG Poker, basically. And then as soon as I do, I will be playing on there. My videos will be on there because they peel the river card, so it adds suspense to the game. So it's more thrilling than PokerStars. Anyways, go to www.change.org/technology. If you believe you have private thoughts, you could privatize your thoughts by signing the petition, sharing it multiple times on social media so it goes viral, and contribute a few bucks to get it on the agenda in your country. Unless you're rich, then spend lots of money to get it on the agenda in your country. So a government task force can be set up with civilian and military oversight committees to acknowledge the government system and keep them in check. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.